Hello students, welcome back to your science class. So students, in the previous class we had completed with the chapter that is tissue, and today we were going to solve some of the questions from that of the sample paper. Now see here there are section A, again it is divided, remember that it is divided into like that of the class 10, although there is no such a particular pattern it came for that class 9, but it will be similar to that of the class 10th only. So here we can look that it basically consisting of a section A, then section B, and then section C. In case of a section A, there are 24 questions and you have to attempt any 20 question from this section. But remember that the first attempted 20 question would be evaluated. Now see here there are 24 questions and you have to attempt only 20 questions, any 20 questions, but your first attempted 20 question would be evaluated. Now see here, so the question is, first question is, which of the following phenomena occur when a small amount of acid is added to water? So out of the given four, which one is the phenomena which basically occur when acid is added to water? Okay, so actually this question is, the first question is not this. First question is, that is, tincture of iodine has an antiseptic property. This solution is made by dissolving. So you know that tincture of iodine basically it is made when we mix the iodine in alcohol. So the answer it will be D, that is iodine in alcohol. As you can see here there are other options: iodine in potassium iodide, iodine in Vaseline, iodine in water. But the correct option is the iodine in alcohol. Okay, so this one is the correct option. Now the next one, all member of the Gupta family can roll their tongue. Which of the following part level in the all the given in the given figure carries information these characteristics? Okay, so you can see here, first of all it already had said that the Gupta family are able to roll their tongue. It means the family is able to do that. So how or why is it so? What is the if you look at the structure of the cell, which one is, or this is the structure of the nucleus actually. So which part of the nucleus basically help in carrying the information of these characteristics? So basically it is that of the chromosome which is responsible for it, and you can say the chromatids are here and these chromatids are at Q. So the option B will be the correct option, that is Q. Now you see here, identify the plant tissue which is given in the figure. What kind of a plant tissue it is which is given in the figure here, students? Meristematic, sclerenchymatous tissue, collenchymatous tissue, or parenchymatous tissue. So see here, this is what it is, a double walled membrane, and there is a nucleus is there in case of and a large vacuole is also present in it. So since the large vacuole is there, as you can see in any one of the cell here, so obviously this will be not a meristematic tissue, because in meristematic tissue vacuoles are either really very small or no vacuoles are present in it. Nucleus is there, and the reason is that there will be no division take place if vacuole will be there. And the second one is the collenchymatous tissue, and sclerenchymatous tissue is the third one. So since you can see there is no such deposition is seen in the picture, that's why it will be not a collenchymatous tissue, because there is no pectin deposition is there, or it is not a sclerenchymatous tissue as there is no lignin deposition is there. But it can be a parenchymatous tissue since the walls are what, they are tightly arranged with each other, and there is a gap, intercellular space is also present in it. So this is showing the all the properties of a parenchymatous tissue. So the answer, it will be parenchyma tissue. Under a velocity time graph, gives time taken by a movement, sorry, area under a velocity of a velocity under a velocity time graph gives time taken by a moving object, distance traveled by a moving object, acceleration of a moving object, or retardation of a moving object. So at first you will think that it will be acceleration, but actually it is a distance traveled by a moving object. What is the reason behind it? Actually, area under a velocity time graph, the slope of the velocity time graph will represent the acceleration or retardation. Okay, but when the area is there, you know that when we were solving this, the graphical method to find out of the three equation of motion, where there we have find it. Even in the graph questions also, we know that the distance can be found by the area which is covered under that of the velocity time graph. Okay, so here the answer, it will be B1. Now you see here student, if this is a graph, velocity time graph, this is V and this is T. So if this is a slope, so this will be what? It will be acceleration. You know that if just opposite kind of a slope will be there, that will be retardation. Now if suppose we have pointed here A, and we will join it, and then again we will join it from here. So now this area which is there in that of the slope only, in between to that of the graph, that is what? It is the distance traveled by the moving object. So according to that, option B will be the correct option, that is distance traveled by a moving object. Now Nidhi took two china dish and marked as 1 and 2. Okay, so she has taken two china dish and she has marked it as 1 and 2. Dish 1, which consisting of a iron filling and sulfur powder. Dish 2 is there, which consisting of a hydrochloric acid. Now see here, in case of a dish 1, sulfur powder and iron filling is there, and in dish 2, hydrochloric acid is there. So in china dish 1, she mixed iron filling and sulfur powder, and in china dish 2, she mixed iron filling and dilute hydrochloric acid. What were her observation in both the dish? So here you will find that in china dish first, a mixture is formed where iron filling and sulfur powder can be seen separately. Okay, so this is the first one. Second one, in china dish 2, a new compound is formed which is different from iron filling and dilute hydrochloric acid. Actually, this both of the statement is correct, because in the first one, in first dish, it was not said that when we take the iron filling and that of the sulfur powder and when we heat it. No, no such direction has been given. So till that it will be a mixture only. And in the second one, says the iron filling when added to the dilute hydrochloric acid starts reacting with it. So obviously it will not going to retain its own property. Okay, so second dish is what? That is the compound, which is a new compound is formed. So that is also a correct option. Okay, so it is different from that of the iron filling and the dilute hydrochloric acid. Then the third one is a colorless and odorless gases come out from china dish 2. So yes, when the Fe plus HCl will react, when there is a formation of a ferric chloride, and hydrogen gas will be released along with it. Okay, whenever the metal reacts with the acid, then there is a formation of a gas, that is hydrogen gas. Okay, so hydrogen gas will be released. This is also a correct statement. All the observation are correct. B, yes, this is the correct option. That the whatever the statement given here, it all are the correct one. Now a ball is rolling down a slope at a steady speed. Which of the following statement is correct? So ball is rolling down a slope. Frictional force is greater than forward force. There is an unbalanced force towards downward. There are no force acting on the ball. The forces acting on the ball are balanced. Now see here. So frictional force is greater than that of the forward force. No, if it will be there, then the ball will not going to roll with the steady speed. There is an unbalanced force downward. Actually, no, this is also wrong one. There is no force acting on the ball. If no force is acting, then it will keep moving and all. The force acting on the ball are balanced. Yes, if the object is moving with the steady speed, so the the force which is acting on it will remain or we can say that will be what, it will be a balanced one. Okay, so the correct option for 6 is D. Okay, this is the 6th D. Now the next one is, which one of the following muscle tissue is long and thread-like and provides body movement under conscious control? So muscle tissue which is long and thread-like and provide body movement. We have just studied about this in the last class, in the previous section, about that of the muscular tissue, and there we have seen that the muscular tissues basically divided into three types: striated, unstriated and cardiac muscle. Striated, which consisting of a light and dark band, and it also can be controlled according to our will. So it is elongated, it is multinucleated and thread-like, and basically help in the movement when the person is in conscious control. So according to that, striated muscle will be the correct option, because unstriated, cardiac, both are the involuntary muscles, and smooth muscles is nothing but it is the unstriated muscle only. So the correct option, it will be A. Okay. Now see here, the traffic police of a cell is. So the traffic police, which is what? It is that of the endoplasmic it is that of the yes, Golgi apparatus. That is what, that is the traffic police. So according to that, B will be the correct option. Now the ninth one, in the given velocity time graph, AB shows the body has uniform acceleration, uniform retardation, uniform velocity throughout its motion, and zero initial velocity, and none of these. So none of the above. Now you will see here that here it is not written that yes, it is moving, but parallel to that of the time. Okay, so according to that, it is not moving with the uniform acceleration, not with that of the retardation, with the retardation, uniform velocity throughout its motion, and has a zero initial velocity. So the option will be the fourth one. Now when a cell is put in a solution of a higher concentration, dash occur and the cell dash. Basically, when a cell is put in a solution of a high concentration, it in a high concentration, it starts showing exoosmosis. You know that if the amount of a water which is present in that of the cell is higher than that which is present in the surrounding, so though it starts losing water. Okay, so this is the exoosmosis, and because of that the cell will become shrink. Okay, so according to that, C will be the B will be the correct option. Okay, now question number 11. Which of the following substance is present in the cell wall of sclerenchyma? Which substance is present in that of the sclerenchyma? Cellulose, pectin, lignin, or hemicellulose? Cellulose, you know that cellulose is present in that of a parenchymatous tissue. Pectin is present in the collenchyma, and it is the lignin which is basically found in the cell wall of sclerenchyma. So the answer will be lignin. Okay. If the displacement time graph for the two particles A and B via straight line incline at an angle of 30 degree and 60 degree with the time axis, the velocity, the ratio of the velocity will be UA and UB. It will be, so the displacement time graph for the two places inclined at an angle of a 30 and angle of a 60 degree. So the time of the ratio of the velocity will be, it will be equals to 1:3. So the correct option, it will be 1:3. Now here the next question is, unicellular algae X and Y of the same species were taken and experimentally chloroplast were removed from the cell X. Okay. After sunlight, they both were kept in a after sometimes they both were kept in sunlight for few hours and then iodine tests were performed on them. What will be the result? So unicellular algae is there, X and Y, both of them are the same species, and we have removed the chloroplast from X cell, and then we will keep both of them in the sunlight. So whether it will going to give the iodine test or not. So see here, options are both X and B were turned blue black. Option B is cells X will turn blue black. Option C, that cell Y will turn blue black. And option D, that both X and Y will remain as their original were. So basically it is the option C where cell Y will turn blue black. Okay, so the option C will be the correct answer. Now see here, which of the following is not a vector quantity? Vector quantity: retardation, acceleration due to gravity, average speed, and displacement. So a retardation, that is also will going to, acceleration is just opposite, retardation is just opposite of acceleration. Acceleration due to gravity, that is the small g it is talking about. So small g is what? It is also a vector quantity. Average speed is there, and then displacement, you know that displacement depend upon the it depends upon the direction, so it is a vector quantity. Average speed is not the vector quantity. Okay. So according to that, the C will be the correct option, that is average speed. The boiling point of a few gases found in air are given below. So krypton is given, neon is given, nitrogen is given, and oxygen is there. This is the boiling point of all of them. Now If the liquid is mixture is fractionally distilled, the order of a gases which is distilling out of it will be. So see here, here krypton, neon, nitrogen and oxygen is there. So if we are going to fractional distillate it, what is the order of the gas? Obviously, which one is having the lowest one will going to melt first, or will going to convert first. So minus 180 degrees is 183 is their boiling point. Nitrogen and then neon also. So obviously the neon will be the first one, then nitrogen, then oxygen and then krypton. Let us see. Yes, in case of here, neon is in the second one, which where it is neon is there. Second option, see the second option, that is neon. Neon is having the higher boiling, which is having the very low boiling point. So if low boiling points, it will take very less time to get converted into the liquid, into gases. And then a boiling point of that of nitrogen is lesser than that of neon, then oxygen, and finally that of the krypton. So the correct option, it will be the second one. It is the second option. Now the next question is that based on the information which is given below, which of the following represent R, S, T and U? So basically R, S, T and U, and this will get converted into organisms. So R is tissue, S is system, T is organ and U is cell. This is a wrong one. R is the system, S is an organ, T is a tissue and U is a cell. No, that's also a wrong one. R is a cell. Yes. S is a tissue. Yes, cell, they combine together to form tissue. Then T is an organ. This is also correct because the sense organ or the organs is formed because of the tissue. And when this organ combine together in an organ system, it will form the organism. So according to that, C will be the correct option. That shows the level of organization in which the cell to tissue, tissue to organ and organ to organ system to organism, it will be formed. Now Gitika poured 20 gram of a salt into 200 ml of a water in a beaker. She stirred the water to dissolve the salt completely. Then she heated the solution until it was reduced to half. How many gram of a salt can be recovered from the remaining solution? So, Gitika, she poured 20 gram of a salt into 200 ml of a water, and she stirred it so that the salt will dissolve properly. So, how many grams can be recovered from the remaining? So, the so here also the salt which will be recovered, it will be 20 gram only, because uh, the the water will get evaporated. Okay, the salt do not get evaporated. Okay, so salt will remain as it is, but the water will get evaporated. So answer, it will be 20 gram. Now consider two spring balance hook as shown in the figure, and we will pull them in opposite direction. If the reading between by A is 1.5 Newton, the reading shown by ball B, it will be. So here you know that the every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So force will remain the same in both the cases if it is pulled by A or that of B. And since the force which is applied, the reading which is shown at A is 1.5, so the other one will also apply a force which is also 1 by Newton. So answer it will be 1.5 Newton. Okay.